All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live event. My name is Ann Cavassa. I am the SVP of Brand Marketing for Brooks Running, and we are here in Seattle with a group of about, 50, 60, 70 employees. And we're here to celebrate a very special occasion. We have our very own Brooks Beast Cas Loxsom in the house. Woo, Cas!
Hey.
No mics. All right. Cas absolutely blew our mind about a week and a half ago at the Penn State National Open, where he set a world record in the indoor 600 meter in 1:14.91. Awesome achievement, Cas. So we're going to take questions throughout, so please add your questions in the comments section, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have you here, Cas. Welcome.
Oh,
Would you like to tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, so I joined the Brooks Beast in 2013. I signed right out of college. I was one of the first class to sign right out of college, and it was such a fun opportunity for me to go on from college. I ran at Penn State, so I grew up in Connecticut, and I went to Penn State, and this is kind of the next part of my journey. And it's been so fun. It's been a blast to be part of one of the original people on the team, and just to see how it's come from then to now. So that's a quick little summary.
Awesome. Well, those just tuning in, we're here with Cas. We're talking about his world record that he set about a week and a half ago. And Cas, first off, tell us a little bit about the race and what it's like to be a world record holder.
The race itself was super fun. In the grand scheme of things, it was kind of the first race of the season, so we have a lot of goals moving past this that are super important, but it's about as good of a starting spot as you can be in. You know, it gives you a lot of confidence for the rest of the season. It's an event that is a little bit more rarely run, and but I've been doing it. It was one of the first races I ever did in track and field. In Connecticut, indoor track's huge on the East Coast, and we used to run the 600 at the state meet. So it was literally one of the first track and field races I've ever run. So, but the race was a blast. It was great to be back at Penn State. And it was fun to have another Nittany Lion in the race pushing me so hard. So it was scary. I mean, it was close. It was really close race. So
Yeah.
cut a little close there.
Yeah, so Penn State's your alma mater.
Yep.
How was that? How'd that feel being there?
It was great. You know, I haven't raced there since my senior year of college, and it's not like a huge publicized meet, so it's a little tricky getting back there. It's tricky to fly into State College. There's a lot of roadblocks to getting there for me, but finally talked Danny into it. I was just like, I have a good feeling about this one, and we kind of made it part of the plan. Got it on the schedule kind of back in November, and it was so good. It was great energy. It's close enough. My parents were able to come. My family there, old teammates. Just kind of the future of the program. Getting to watch them race was really special. So it was just a really positive experience overall.
Yeah, super amazing that you had some people really close to you to experience that, right? Yeah, cool. So how's your life changed? Did you become a world record holder? Social media?
Not a lot. It's one of those, yeah. It's cool. It's a fun accolade, but there's more work to be done, and like it was a really good opportunity, I think, to set the Beast up for a really successful 2017. It was kind of, other than Garrett in Scotland, it was kind of like the first track race. I was running on East Coast time, and everyone was kind of here at Dempsey Racing, and it was, I think, a really good way to start and like set the tone for the year. And I think it was a good, accurate representation of kind of how dialed in we've been as a team and how hard everyone's been working collectively. And I think we'll see a lot more performances of a really, really high caliber pretty soon here from the rest of the Beasts.
So just to catch people up who are just tuning in, my name's Ann. I'm with Brooks. I'm here with Cas Loxsom, who just set the world record in the indoor 600 meter at a 1:14.91. And Cas, maybe you can tell us a little bit about when you first joined the Beast, what that was like and what it meant to you and what you're experiencing now.
Oh, it was super fun. It was pretty early on in the Beast. It's been a really cool experience to see the team shift from how it was the first year to how it is now, and it's always really fun to be part of building something new. And when the Beast started, it was just kind of this concept that we were going to take a middle distance running team and plop them in Seattle where we can be this close to the company. And I think our team differs a lot from other teams in the sense, like the main difference between us and other teams is how close we are to, like, this kind of corporate setting thing. Honestly, it, like, means so much. Like, this is just not something that happens like at other companies. It's not. It's a much more close-knit feel. It's really special that we're here. We can eat lunch up here every day and like get to know all you guys, and like, so it really does mean a lot that we can like interact in a meaningful way with the corporate, like, our sponsors, you know. So that's something that's pretty unique, and I think the quality of the athletes and we also recruit great people. So our team's full of really, really awesome individuals that like we love spending time with and being around, and it's been a transformation that's happened over a lot of years, and we still have work to do and places to go from here. But yeah, it's been really fun kind of seeing and going through this process with, like, I mean, people like Danny and Katie and Garrett who were around from the start, you know, and then we have all these great new people. We signed probably our best like freshman class we have, and I'm excited to see how we progress the next couple of years, and it's been really fun. It's been really fun to be part of.
Well, it's certainly amazing for us and a huge inspiration to have you and the Beast here. And we actually, Cas inspired the whole lot of us about a week ago maybe. We had a 400-meter race at a nearby track for those of us who are about
It's fun. It's a lot of people are getting after it.
Twice the speed, half the speed, what would you call it? Anyway, so Cas, can you tell us a little bit about what has led up to this moment for you and some of the more important, meaningful moments that have led to this?
Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of like indicators of good things to come, and I think 2014 was a little bit of a transition year. Struggled a little bit, but still did okay. And 2015 was really good, making the world team, and there was, I mean, that guy set the American record that season indoors, so that was kind of preluded this nicely, and it's been just like kind of a transformation. I've had to grow up a lot since college. It's great. Like, all my teammates are just really good influences, and I think this year particularly we've done a really good job of. There's been some indicators in the fall, just kind of the tone almost has been really positive, and I think just working a little harder every day, kind of being on top of the stuff that isn't as fun to be on top of. Just doing the little things that are kind of boring, and the fundamentals, exactly. Just putting in the work and getting sleep and getting just the simple little things that seem like they shouldn't have to be mentioned, but they're a big deal.
Yeah, awesome. So, Cas, how do you think this translates to your outdoor season?
I think it's a really good starting place. I think it's not time to rest on laurels at all. I think it's we've been keeping in, even we have competitions coming up the rest of the month, and we've done a good job. Danny's done a good job keeping us in this mindset, and we've done a good job collectively keeping each other in the mindset that it's like still time to keep working. It's not time to like take the pedal off the gas at all. So we're dialed in. We're ready for races this weekend. We're ready for U.S. Championships, which will be a good rehearsal for outdoors. But I think the race inherently does have a little bit of like, it's like a key performance indicator, as Danny would call it, as to success in the 800 meters outdoors moving forward. So I think it's a good sign.
Yeah, we think so too. So for those of you tuning in, we're here at Brooks in Seattle with Cas Loxsom, who just broke the world record in the indoor 600 meters at 1:14.91. And I think we're looking for questions, potentially. Do we have any questions out there?
Well, Mike and Mark both say congrats.
Thank you.
And people want to know what your first thought was after you broke the world record and saw your time.
It almost wasn't like a tangible, like, there weren't like words forming. It was like more of like, it was like an emotion almost, because we went out through 400 and it honestly was a little slower than I think we were hoping. So I kind of went in with the goal that we were going to get it done, and partway through the race it was like there was a little bit of doubt whether it would actually translate, and I was like, you know what, we're running good, I feel good, I'm going to give it my all this last lap. And like we cut it a little close. It was we broke it by a little bit, but I think the way it played out, though, I looked up and saw the time, and it was just like, I was really, really excited. That's like run happy all around. Like that's the epitome, you know? I was pumped. And I like couldn't think. I was just so happy.
How'd you celebrate that evening?
Oh, had dinner with my parents, and we did a caffeine wash that week, so I was very, very caffeinated and did not sleep very well that night.
Amped.
Yeah, amped. It was fun.
All right, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, so this one's kind of a funny question, but Josh wants to know, if you could be a side dish, what would you be and why?
So just to repeat that, in case people didn't hear, Josh
side
wants
dish.
to know, if you could be a side dish, what would you be and why?
That ahi poke is really good. some sort of seafood. Maybe like a clams casino or like mussels or something like that.
That comes with running?
Yeah. Yeah. That's some sort of shellfish. We're gonna go with that.
So we're going to ask a couple questions in the audience, I think, Ann.
All right.
I'm going to kick us off, though. My question is, the last time you ran the American record in this event was 2 years ago, and you made the world's 800 team that year. So what's the expectation going into the outdoor track season this year with a faster starting time?
Yeah. Everyone's getting faster is the problem. I wish everyone would stop getting faster and just let us get faster. But the 800 specifically, like men's and women, it's a strong event in the world. It's a really strong event in America. We have a very young, just came out of college medalist from last season. We have a lot of really great people on this team, and it's just we have 4 800-meter guys on Brooks Beast, and there's only 3 spots. So it's like, after that, you had talked about the rest of the country, and we're gonna be prepared on the day to execute and get through the rounds, and it's a long way off, but I mean, it's definitely the goal. I mean, I think that if I wasn't trying to make the world team and having that as like one of my primary goals this season, I think I'd be selling myself short a little bit. So that's definitely on the radar. But there's the nice thing about long-term goals is that they're far away and you don't really have to think of them. And they're super important, but I think it's really important to have like kind of short-term goals leading into those. So I'm kind of like eyes on Milrose Games this weekend for now, and we're going to kind of keep that in perspective. And hopefully, if we do everything right along the way, we'll get ourselves to that meet in a really good spot to be competitive.
Awesome. And it'd be fun to know what are your current workouts? What does a week look like for you?
Oh gosh, we always have a long run during the week. It's usually Sunday. Saturday and Wednesday are kind of our like full rest days. Don't do too much, and then Tuesdays and Fridays we kind of work out and lift. So usually the 800 crew splits that into 2 sessions. So we'll do an AM workout, AM lift, some sort of intervals, maybe hills, something on the track, could be a tempo. And then Monday and Thursday are kind of like our run and technical days. So Mondays we do like a lot of form drills, some sort of strides, and then Thursdays are more like circuits, plyometric stuff, a little bit more explosive. So that's kind of the general structure of it.
Cool. Any questions out there?
So Andrew from Facebook wants to know, if you could have your own completely custom Brooks running shoe, what model would it be and what colors?
Shoe, anything like race. Oh god, I really like the Launch. I'd say that's probably my favorite trainer. Launch and the Eliminate are kind of what I do. Gosh, I don't know what I'd put on it though. It's a tricky question. I kind of like it how it is, but maybe some sort of blue. I like blue. Blue Launch.
We have another one from Mike who wants to know what your pre and post race meals are right now.
Ooh, interesting. The night before this, there's this restaurant called the Tavern at Penn State, and you get unlimited sides. And I had a lot of sides. And then we went to the creamery at Penn State. It's famous for its ice cream. Ben and Jerry learned how to make ice cream there, and I did have a bowl of ice cream. I haven't told Danny that yet.
What was the flavor? Was it worth it?
Oh, it was great. It was chocolate chip cookie dough. It was delicious. It was on top of the world. Yeah.
Anyone out here have another question for Cas in the audience stream? Who's got the one in something? Questions? Anybody?
So I got a
Should actually get something smart.
All right.
On your training group, or in your training group, who's your favorite person to work out with?
Oh, that's so tough. Top three. You
Or
can
who
top
pushes you the most?
The question is, who is your favorite person to work out with, and who pushes you the most?
Gosh,
And those might not be the same person.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Drew Windle.
Oh, why is that?
We kind of have been like day to day on everything, and there's just a little like it's a very like cooperative feel, but like also competitive, and like we've had some great work, especially all through the fall doing hill stuff. Like, yeah, it's fun. We have like just slightly different strengths, like a little bit more strength on his end, maybe a little bit more speed on mine. So like when we meet in the middle, it's like you never know what's gonna happen. It's always kind of a battle. That's like kind of like there's ones where it's like predictable who's gonna kind of be up or down, and like I'd say those kind of like meet in the middle workouts. Those are like really good opportunities to get better, and I think that's helped both of us really kind of get better.
Do you think you could do even better than that time that you put up?
Yeah.
The question is, could you run faster, Kaz?
Well, we'll see it on March 5th.
Last one really this time.
Okay, awesome. So Steven wants to know what your favorite track workout is.
My favorite track workout. I really like speed endurance workouts. Kind of doing like shorter, fast stuff. I really like when we do 3x400. That's a good one. 3x400 with 4 minutes rest, and we'll kind of cut down from we'll try to be like 51 and like 50 point-ish, then like 48, 49-ish.
So Kaz, what's up next for you? What should we be looking out for?
So I am flying out to New York with a bunch of my teammates, and we have a pretty big beast contingency at the Millrose Games in New York, and those will be on Saturday. And then we're sticking over on the East Coast, and then a few of us are flying over to Birmingham to race the end of the World Indoor Grand Prix Series there, and then U.S. Indoor Championships on March 3rd through 5th in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we look forward to it. Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you, Kaz, for being with us today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.